Now, meanwhile, an ICC prosecutor acknowledges that international law is often seen as weak, but asserts that former President Rodrigo Duterte's arrest proves otherwise. Gretchen Ho has the story.
Supporters of former President Rodrigo Duterte chanted his name upon his arrival at the Scheveningen prison in The Hague. This is where he will be detained while facing trial for crimes against humanity. The plane carrying former President Rodrigo Duterte landed at the Rotterdam-The Hague airport before midnight on Wednesday. In a statement, the International Criminal Court said medical assistance was made available at the airport for Duterte as part of standard procedures when a suspect arrives. ICC Chief Prosecutor Karim Khan described Duterte's arrest as an important moment for international law.
Well, the arrest of the former president of the Philippines, Mr. Rodrigo Duterte, is an important moment. The office has been investigating the situation of the Philippines for some time in relation to the so-called war on drugs. The judges have issued that warrant, and it's been executed. And in issuing the warrant, the judges have found reasonable grounds to believe that Mr. Duterte has committed the crime of murder as the founder, as the head of the so-called Davao death squad, as the mayor of Davao City, and then later as the president of the Philippines between 2011 and 2019.
Khan acknowledged criticism that international law is often seen as weak, and said this arrest proves otherwise.
And the fact that it's been executed is important to victims. It means a lot, I think, to victims. That's the feedback we've already received. And many say that international law is not as strong as we want, and I agree with that. But as I also repeatedly emphasize, international law is not as weak as some may think. When we come together, when we work, when we build partnerships, the rule of law can prevail, warrants can be executed.
Meanwhile, an analyst noted that this could be the first case in the ICC dealing with a situation that is not from a sort of war or election-related violence.
This is the first case, I think, that is going to deal with a situation that is not from sort of war or election-related violence. This is basically about extrajudicial killings within the so-called drug war. So I think it's also in that sense special. And of course, it's the first case that relates to Asia that is leading to a trial. So in many ways, it's really a first.
Attorney Gilbert Andres, a lawyer representing victims of drug-related killings in the Philippines, called Duterte's arrest the first step in the long way to justice.
Actually, our clients, the victim survivors, they're very thankful to God because they say this is really an answered prayer. They did not really expect that justice can still be served to a powerful man such as Rodrigo Duterte. So they're very thankful.
In the coming days, Duterte is expected to appear before an ICC judge for an initial appearance.
Well, sinasabi nila, international justice is not weak, but the process of holding accountable is weak. Kaya lang naging successful sila ang pinupuntirya nila kasi dito. Oh, look at with this, we got President Duterte. But you have to remember because nag-cooperate si President Bongbong Marcos, who was the enemy in politics of President Rodrigo Duterte. Ang question was, kung hindi nag-away daw ang unit team, would the PBBM have agreed to Interpol coming in?
Yeah.
Yun ang
and with all
question.
of these things that are happening right now, yung paano siya kinuha, how is he going to be when he's in The Hague, etc. Sinasabi nila, more importantly, tingnan din natin yung aspeto nung why was he there? Diba? Of course, yun nga, dun sa interview ng lawyer ng one of the victims, this is a step towards justice for them.
Yes.
No? So, and we saw all over social media yung mga pictures of allegedly victims of this drug war.
Yeah, and before we go, sabi nga nila, he may not, if ang school of thought, hindi naman siya guilty, well, at the end of the day, meron accountability pa rin as the head of the nation. Bakit na mayagpag ang isang flawed operation kung hindi daw siya directly guilty? Yeah. So there's that school of thought.